Bleaching powder. It is a pale yellow powder. It has a strong smell of chlorine. That means chlorine is present in bleaching powder. According to scientist Odlings, bleaching powder formula is CaOCl2, that is calcium chlorohypochlorite. Bleaching powder is a mixed salt. That means it contains two different anions with common cation. Common cation is calcium and different anions are chloride ion and chlorite ion. So it is a mixed salt. According to scientist Odling's view, bleaching powder is prepared by passing a chlorine gas over the slaked lime. Slaked lime is dry calcium hydroxide. According to Clifford's view, bleaching powder is a mixture of calcium hypochlorite and basic calcium chloride. Cold and diluted 2 moles of calcium hydroxide is treated with 2 moles of chlorine gas. It forms calcium hypochlorite and calcium chloride and water. This calcium chloride and water again treated with calcium oxide, left side and right side are cancelled. Overall forms calcium hypochlorite and basic calcium chloride. The plants are used for the manufacturing of bleaching powder is Hessen clover and Beckman plant. Properties of bleaching powder. Bleaching powder is heated with anhydrous cobalt chloride. It gives calcium chloride and oxygen. Bleaching powder is treated with limited amount of dilute sulfuric acid. It gives calcium chloride and calcium sulfate and hydrochloric acid and nascent oxygen. This is a nascent oxygen. Nascent oxygen means freshly generated in a reactive form. So it acts as a oxidizing agent. Reaction with excess of mineral acid. Bleaching powder is reacts with dilute sulfuric acid. It gives calcium sulfate and hydrochloric acid and nascent oxygen. On standing in air, bleaching powder is auto-oxidized, so it gives calcium chlorate and calcium chloride. Bleaching powder reacts with carbon dioxide present in air. It gives calcium carbonate and liberate chlorine. Bleaching powder is soluble in water, but clear solution never formed due to impurities. It acts as a strong oxidizing agent and bleaching agent. It is a strong oxidizing agent because it produces nascent oxygen. Hence, it is used as a oxidizer in many industries. Bleaching powder is used in silk and wool, and also it is used in cotton, linen and wood pulp. Bleaching action of bleaching powder is due to oxidation and it is permanent. Bleaching powder reacts with water. It gives calcium hydroxide and liberate chlorine. This chlorine again reacts with water. It gives HCl and produces nascent oxygen. Bleaching action of bleaching powder is it changes the color material into colorless. Bleaching powder is added to drinking water. It releases free chlorine which kills the germs present in water. Bleaching powder is used as disinfectant and germicide, especially in the sterilization of drinking water. The active ingredient of bleaching powder is considered as CaOCl2. Average of CaOCl twice and CaCl2, based on which all reactions are studied. The good quality of bleaching powder gives 35 to 38% of chlorine on reaction with dilute mineral acids because much chlorine is lost while keeping in air.